One. Hello, welcome to Fairfield Center Couch. I'm Christy McIntosh Newsom. I am the artistic director of Fairfield Center Stage. You are not hallucinating. I am 80s Christy tonight because tonight would have been opening night of Rock of Ages at Fairfield Ludlowe High School. That production has sadly been postponed, as many of our events have. And so tonight we have some of those cast members on to do some things from the show. And we also have some special guests that I will let our co-host tell you about. And I had entrance music, so he needs some entrance music of his own. Please welcome our Associate Artistic Director, Brian Crook. Wait, hold on. Your entrance music is buffering.
Wait, I'll wait like this.
Okay.
Gotta open the curtain.
Candyman, posse mixes it with love and makes the world taste good.
Oh, wonderful. Hello, everybody. I'm Brian Crook, the Associate Artistic Director. And just like Christy said, we are here tonight celebrating our students. The students of Norwalk High are also here. We would have had our opening night of Willy Wonka tonight. About 57 minutes from now, we'd be taking the stage for the first time. But we are here to celebrate no matter what.
Yay.
80s Christy, you look fantastic.
Thank you. So yeah, I had to put a disclaimer because I felt like anyone who was joining in later would be like, "Oh, Christy's really lost it in this quarantine."
Now I'm kind of mad I didn't make my name Brian Wonka.
Oh.
So just pretend that's what it says.
Okay. There we go. Okay, so before we get started and all of our fun Rock of Ages Willy Wonka-ness, I wanted to mention two quick things that we happened to talk about on Tuesday's broadcast that Brian hosted that I loved so much. Two really fun organizations that we were shouting out for on Tuesday. One was Mask Makers Unite. Brian, can you tell us a little bit? Oh, he's ready.
Yes, I'm always ready. Oh, and there's my gold. It's funny. I was trying to find gold, and I had a gold tie that I was going to put on. Those are our color scheme, and I have my gold polka dots right here. So there you go.
Perfect.
How about it? It's the perfect coincidence. Yeah. So Mask Makers Unite. We are putting local sewers together and trying to support our local community and hospitals and healthcare facilities by sewing masks. We've been at it for maybe about 5 weeks now. I don't know the full total count, but I know in the last about 2 to 3 weeks, we've made about 1,000 between all the folks that have gone out to various places. So it's just a little bit that you can do to help right about now. So you can visit maskmakersunite.com. It's on the bottom there, and find out about all the ways you can help out, whether you're a facility that needs masks, or you're someone that sews and wants to sew masks, or you're someone that it doesn't fit into either of those categories, but wants to maybe donate some materials to someone that's working on it. You can visit the site and find out all about that.
Thank you. Maskmakersunite.com. It's an awesome cause. And then the other organization that we wanted to talk about, because they're actually having an event. Hi, Kathleen. I love you. That's happening tonight is Covenant House is having their sleep out event. And we wanted to bring someone on to talk about that. She is a board member for Fairfield Center Stage, and she has organized a Fairfield Center Stage team to participate in the sleep out that's happening tonight. So we wanted to welcome Christy Novin to talk.
Christy, hello. Oh, two Christys. Uh-oh.
Yes, always. There's always.
That
Christy's more stylish, though.
You also kind of have a side pony, though.
I do. Here, wait.
There we go.
Yeah.
Now
Got it. In honor. I don't have the tie, though, so it's not quite as cool in the jean jacket look. But yeah, we'll go with it.
So tell us a little bit about Covenant's House Sleep House and how people can help right now.
Absolutely. So starting at, it's actually been going on, but obviously the event starts officially at 8 p.m. tonight. And the event is called Sleep Out America. And it is a fundraiser, an awareness campaign from Covenant House. Their focus of Covenant House is dealing with youth homelessness. But not just that small part of it. They realized that's just a small fix. Providing a shelter for somebody doesn't help them in the long term. So what they did was branched out. So their little center wheel and said, let's branch out in these different ways and find ways to provide long-term solutions, permanent housing, education, addiction counseling, so many other things, because obviously, why are these youth homeless? We need to find out why. We need to make their lives better. It's not a quick fix. It's not just 24-hour stay. It's a long-term solution. So obviously, with this whole pandemic, they haven't been able to do a lot of the fundraising stuff that they normally do, just like a lot of us nonprofits. We've had to cancel events and fundraisers and all the things that keep us going. And because of that, they're definitely in need. One of the big events they do every year is Sleep Out America. For those of you that are familiar with New York City, you might see the once a year thing. It's about, I believe it is like 42nd and 10th Street. They set up almost a whole cardboard city that people are sleeping out in, just to make a statement and a stand. So instead, they switched it to a virtual event, and they're asking people to sleep out, together, but obviously apart. What does that mean? It means you don't have to put yourself in any sort of dangerous situation. You don't have to, be in the same condition. There's no way we could actually emulate, what these youth are going through. So it's just to take yourself out of your own comfort zone. What's not your normal routine? Is it sleeping outside? Is it sleeping on your hard floor? Maybe it is sleeping in your bed, but wearing your coat and jeans and shoes. Also taking away maybe some of the other elements. What if you didn't have your phone? What if you didn't have your food? What if your family wasn't right next to you? Just finding ways to be a little out of your box so that it's recognized. Obviously, we know a lot of people right now are in, crisis situations of their own, whether it's health, whether it's financial. We know that this is a lot. And then we also have some of us that are very lucky. We have the houses that we're sitting in. We get to still be with our family. We have foods to eat. So if there's a way that you're able to help, there's two different ways right now. You can join our family team, which I can see like we're scrolling along the bottom, our awesome team. And if for some reason you don't remember that, go to sleepoutamerica.org and just look up FCS Family. That's if you would like to participate in the event with us. And if you choose to do that, it's obviously you can log into all the feed and the different things that'll be going on throughout the night. If you would like to help, but it's just not something you can do, whether it's physically, whether it's mentally, whether, whatever, there's donations. Donations are obviously gratefully accepted. And we have something super exciting that from noon today until noon tomorrow, there's a matching gift of every donation made.
That's amazing.
So
Great.
Your small amount. So the matching gifts start at $25 donations. So any $25 donation or higher will get matched. So your donation will count for twice, which is kind of an awesome thing. So
and our family is really close to the $1,000 mark.
we are. Yes, we're actually now we're going higher because we are at $950 right now.
Yay!
That $1,000 mark gone.
Nice.
Maybe 1,500. We can do this. There's so many people. You know, we've got a lot of our FCS family that are doing this. I think we've got some people camping out. I know Ainsley, my daughter, and I, we are sleeping on our hard floor, minimal heat turned down. We're also doing a little thing, a 3-item thing. You pick 3 items that you can take with you. And those are your things. And there might be some twists along the way with whether those items stay with you or not. So there's lots of different things and twists that you can do. But yeah, it's really a great cause. And actually it's a cause that's very near and dear to one of our family members' hearts, Lisa Zambo, who's been on before.
Yes.
It's an organization, and it's just an incredible one. So even if you feel like you can't participate or donate at the time, although we would love to have you do it, at least go check out what they're doing and see who they are and who they're helping. So
Thank you so much, Christy. Good luck tonight with your sleep out.
Thank you.
Eli and CJ will be sleeping. They were going to sleep outside. That's obviously not happening tonight because it's supposed to rain. So they'll be having a camp out in our living room. They'll be sleeping in their sleeping bags.
Perfect.
Incredible.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Thanks for letting us talk about
Thanks for coming on.
Yes,
already part of our team.
Thank you for organizing.
No problem. Have fun tonight.
Okay, so yes,
All right.
2 great organizations that you can help. And of course, we're going to talk about 2 more organizations that you can help with our drama clubs. Because we're not making box office money right now, right?
We are not.
Okay.
Very sad.
So we are going to start with Fairfield Ludlowe High School. So Brian, because we can only see 6 people at a time, we're going to say bye to you for a moment.
Oh no!
The Oompa Loompas are coming to get you. And bye. So I'm going to bring on some of our cast members. I am the director at Ludlowe High School of the Drama Club. So this is a fun colliding of worlds for me tonight. So I'm going to bring on some of my kids one by one. Welcome, cast of Rock of Ages. Danny, I'm going to bring you on in a minute. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi,
hello.
guys.
Hello. How's it going? How's it going?
Welcome to Fairfield Center Couch. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Pretty good.
Doing all right.
Doing all right.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Everyone's safe and healthy and quarantining well?
Yes. Thankfully.
Good. Well, before we get started and we start talking to some of you, I wanted to bring most of you up here because we have a very special message from somebody very special. So let's go ahead and play that, Eli.
Hey everyone, this is Mr. Hatzis, headmaster of Fairfield Ludlowe High School. So excited to be joining Fairfield Center Couch. One thing I look forward to every year is checking out the musical from the Ludlowe Drama Department. And this year in particular, Rock of Ages. I'm a child of the 80s. This is my yearbook from 1988. Yep, this is even my picture right there. Oh, there it is. And by the end of my senior year, my mullet was down below my shoulders. So director Christy McIntosh Newsom, thank you for getting together some Falcons to entertain tonight. I'm so excited to hear it. We'll all be back together before you know it. And in the name of Journey and Twisted Sister and Bon Jovi and REO Speedwagon, and Guns N' Roses, rock on, everybody.
Oh, that was awesome.
That's awesome.
Yay!
Love Mr. Hatzis. Love Mr. Hatzis.
Danny,
That's
too.
so good.
Hi, Danny. Yeah, Mr. Hatzis is wonderful. He is so supportive of the arts. We're so grateful to have him as our headmaster at Ludlowe. And he brought me on this year. So we were very fortunate to be able to do our fall production of The Great Gatsby that all of you were involved with.
Yes.
And that was so wonderful. And
Yes.
so excited to do something completely different with Rock of Ages in the spring. And, we're hopeful that it will still happen. But while we're waiting, we thought that this would be a really fun way because this is our opening night. You guys should be getting ready for the show right now.
Oh, don't remind me.
Oh my God, stop.
That's like making me cry.
Born ready.
It's crazy to think about, but that's what we should be doing is just getting ready for the show right now. And so I thought this would be a fun way to be together and we can show a little bit from the show. Sylvie will be singing live for us. Because of we're all quarantining in different places. This is Fairfield Center Couch, so we're all in the comfort of our own homes because that's what's safe to do. But there's lots of amazing duets in this show, so we recorded them. Each vocalist sent me their individual part, and we split screened them together. So you'll be seeing that tonight too. So it's going to be a fun journey. Get it? Journey. Thanks to the courtesy laugh. The kids like the courtesy laugh. So let's do small groups here as we have a lot of you. And let's start with Kyle and Bella.
Yay.
Yay.
Yay. Oh my gosh. I'm trying. Jackson, the computer didn't want to get rid of Jackson. I understand. I want to see Jackson all the time too.
Yeah.
So we have Kyle and Bella. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Christy.
Hi.
I'm gonna bring on Brian too, just so he can say hi to you guys.
Hi, Brian.
Unmute yourself.
I was doing it. Once an episode. Hopefully that was it.
Yep. So Kyle and Bella are Drew and Sherry from Rock of Ages.
Nice.
Can you guys tell us what grades you are in?
I'm a junior.
I'm a freshman.
Right? Brian, you would never know. Especially if you see him in person because he's like 6. Well, how tall are you?
I'm 6 foot, 6'1". I don't know. I haven't measured in a while.
Yeah, so he's not done growing.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
He showed up to Gatsby auditions and I didn't know anybody and I wasn't really looking at grades or anything. I was just looking at people's faces. And I'm like, oh, it's like junior something. No, freshman.
Wow.
And he played Gatsby.
Thank you, Mrs. Durrell.
So you guys are Drew and Sherry in Rock of Ages. Who are the love interests?
Yes.
I don't think we'd gotten to any of your kissing scenes yet, though, in blocking.
This is
No,
our first
no.
time though playing love interests. We've done it before. We
actually 8th grade we were love interests, so second time.
In what? What show?
Correct.
Shrek.
I was the donkey, she was the dragon. It was the best.
I did not know that. Oh, that is
Well, what a reunion.
precious. Oh my goodness.
I was a little 6th grader. It was so much fun.
Oh, that's so cute.
I'll send you that video, Christy. You're gonna love it. It's
Oh my
really
God.
funny.
Okay. Bella
Well,
Slade.
here it is. Just kidding.
Didn't know. Oh, kiss cam. So tell us a little bit about what remote learning has been like.
You can go first, Kyle.
Oh, thank you, Bella. All right. So remote learning, it's definitely been a challenge. It's a new experience for sure for all of us. But I think I'm starting to get the hang of it. I mean, the first few weeks, it was very different, not being able to have that constant feedback from your teachers and trying to learn how to learn all the technology in the new places where we're learning. But once you get a system down in organization, I think it gets a little bit easier. I mean, I'm still struggling a little bit, with trying to figure out the balance of workload, how much is, time I should be spending on my computer, getting outside. It's a lot. But I think that the more we get into it, the better prepared we're becoming. And I think that that's a really good thing.
Well, this will be a very memorable freshman year for you.
It will be for sure. Yeah. And I have to thank my teachers because they've been really helpful. They've been adapting.
The teachers at Ludlowe are awesome.
They are. Woo!
And Bella, what's it been like for you? So junior year, obviously, traditionally the most academically challenging.
Yeah.
You are having to do it online.
It's a tough
It's,
year.
I mean, it's very overwhelming, I would say. And I mean, all my friends, like all us juniors, that's all, like, it's very overwhelming. And I'm a very hands-on person. So I like being able to connect with my teachers and them helping me through everything. So online has been really hard, but I mean, I'm getting the hang of it. I think now we're all kind of adapting and we all kind of found our way into it. And it's a struggle, but I mean, it's what we got to do. And I think we're all starting to get a hang of it.
Good.
I agree with what she said.
Yeah. And you guys have still been doing like music classes online and everything?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How's that been going?
Bill, you want to go first?
Well, we haven't done any like singing classes online, but we do like Google Meets and stuff.
Okay.
So.
And we
And,
also have a lot of really good music software at our school, like Smart Music and Sight Reading Factory, where we still get the same skills.
Brian's
really great.
so he knows all about this.
Yeah. I like the softwares. I think our music teacher, Mrs. Pine, she's doing a really good job of giving us online programs like Sight Reading Factory and Music Theory are ways that we can still keep up our music and warm up, like reminding us to warm up and keep our voices in shape. So I think that
Healthy.
Good.
And I'm in the orchestra, so I play the bass, and so I am with the orchestra teacher, Mrs. Smith, and so she's been really great too. I mean, the whole entire music department has been great.
That's awesome to hear. And I know that it was a big bummer to have the Disney orchestra and choir trip get canceled.
Oh, yours too? Oh no. Same happened to Norwalk High. So sad.
Yeah.
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 Meow, meow, meow.
Yeah, I'm really bummed.
So that's a bummer. So let's cheer everybody up. So one of the songs that we recorded was "Waiting for a Girl Like You," which takes place with Drew. It's Drew and Sherry's first date, right?
Ooh.
Yes.
So Rock of Ages, for anybody who doesn't know, it's a jukebox musical, which means that all the songs are songs that you already know and love, and they're all from the 80s. Me crunching my hair. Really, really fun show. And it's like, it's not Shakespeare. It's just meant to be like fun and light and fluffy. And that's why it's like, this is what the world needs right now, is just fun and entertainment. So this is Drew and Sherry. They both work at the Bourbon Room, which is a bar, and there's kind of an instant connection, but they're both a little bit awkward, right?
Yeah.
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 This is their first date, and it takes place with them driving to their location. So they recorded this in cars, and we spliced it together. The result, enjoy.
I've been looking too hard, I've been waiting too long.
Turn signal.
Sometimes I don't know what I will find. I only know it's a matter of time. When he loves, ooh yeah. When he loves,
It feels so right, so warm and true. I need to know if you feel it too.
maybe I'm wrong. Won't you tell me if I'm coming on too strong?
This heart of mine has been hurt before. This time I wanna be sure.
I've been waiting for a girl like you to come into my life. I've been waiting for a girl like you. Your loving will survive.
I've been waiting for a boy like you to come into my life.
Yeah, waiting.
I've been waiting for a boy like you to come into my life. I still can't believe you're opening for Arsenal. This is so cool.
Yeah. I owe it to you.
No, you owe it to Wolfgang Van Colt.
Actually, it's Von Colt.
Oh, sorry. Drew, I have a confession to make. I'm actually kind of nervous.
With me?
Yeah.
Oh, no worries. It's cool. I mean, look, we're just a couple of friends, right? You know, sitting here looking at stars, laughing. No pressure.
Yeah, friends. I guess that's true.
Oh, crap. What time is it?
8 something?
I totally forgot. I told Lonnie I'd pick up a shift.
Oh, okay.
I am such an idiot. Sherry, I think you're really rad.
You too, friend. I've been waiting for a boy like you to come into life. I've been waiting for someone new to make me feel alive.
Oh,
my God.
yeah. So good.
I
Incredible.
love that song.
I do too.
Yeah, it was fun.
Good job, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
That was really incredible. Good job.
Thank you.
So before we say goodbye to you guys, is there anyone you want to say hi to? Watching?
My mom's in the other room, so hi, Mom.
Oh my gosh. Hi. Okay. My parents are all like watching downstairs, so hi to all of them. Hi, family, and then hi to all my friends that are watching right now that I sent this to. I know Hannah, Madison, and Kari are all watching, and Stacy's watching too. So hi, all you guys, and all my teachers. Love you guys. Thank you so much for all the help. Oh, and my grandparents. Sorry. Oh, Grandma.
That's okay.
Okay. I think I'm done.
Hi, Kyle's grandma. Great job, guys. It's so much fun working with you, and I can't wait to get back when things are back to our new normal, and we can hopefully pick up where we left off and do some sort of like mental rock of ages. But even if we don't, I'm so glad that we get to do this and celebrate your guys' hard work in this way.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Okay.
Bella. Bye. I feel like a little bit like a game of games, just like you're gone. Bye. Bring on the next one. Okay, so next we are going to bring on Sylvie Samino.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Sylvie.
Hi, Sylvie.
And she's wearing her 1984 shirt.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, dear.
Like that. Well, not
She's
as much as
ready. So Sylvie plays the role of Anita Beth.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the role. Tell us a little bit.
I shower every day.
Tell us a little bit about Anita.
Anita is a young woman who is protesting the demolition of the Sunset Strip in LA and basically the destruction of the rock and roll culture in Los Angeles. And she's a person who is very set in her beliefs. When she thinks something, she will think that, and nothing can change her mind. She's very set in her ways.
Indeed, she is. And this was, I think in the movie version, really don't watch the movie version of Rock of Ages because it's not that good.
I barely even remember it, honestly.
I know, right? I think in the movie version, this is Catherine Zeta-Jones, right? They kind of like blended two different characters.
Or the composite kind of thing.
Yeah, but Catherine Zeta-Jones sings her songs.
Okay.
It's weird. And Tom Cruise is in it. Just don't watch it. Come see ours if it ever happens. That's also currently playing at New World Stages when Broadway resumes. See it live. But Sylvie is going to sing live for us.
Yes, I am.
An 80s classic. She's going to be singing We're Not Gonna Take It.
Twisted Sisters, yes.
So she's going to embody the angst of all of the students right now.
Very much so. Anita sings this as she's rallying the other protesters.
Yes. And Sylvie's very convincing. All right, Sylvie, we're going to make you full screen. Take it away.
Can't wait.
Rally the masses, people! It's time to show these foreign fat cats that there's a history here. Oops, a little bit of technical difficulties. Actually, my speaker has been disconnected.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Give me 1 second. Apologies.
Live theater.
Live theater.
Even when it's on the internet.
Virtually live. You never know what's going to happen. Wait.
We both did the same look.
We've been at this for too long together because we both had the same exact reaction.
We even tilted to the same side.
I love that video, though. That was so neat.
Wasn't that cute? They did such a good job. I had fun putting that together in iMovie.
How long did that take you?
Not too long because they were super smart about it. So there's obviously dialogue in the middle of the song. So it's all underscored and timed. They recorded each other's dialogue and put it in the track and then sent each other the track so they were listening to each other.
Wow.
While they were in it to win it, those guys.
Love it.
Awesome. How are we doing, Sylvie?
Yes, hello.
We good?
It's all good, yes. Let me
All right. Take
Excited.
2.
Hold on. It's got to reconnect. Just making sure it works before.
Good idea.
I may need to press a quick button. There we go. All right. Actually, the speaker seems to have died. So I could probably do the best that I can with the iPad that I have here. I don't know how this happened. I charged it before, but things go wrong.
Technology.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Sorry.
My students watching know I've been there.
All right, let's try it and see what happens.
I'll do my best.
Okay.
All right, I'll put it close so you guys can hear. All right. Rally the masses, people! It's time to show these foreign fat cats that there's a history here, and it won't be destroyed by their Euro trash strip malls or discount yogurt stores. Who's with me? We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. Power to the proletariat. We've got the right to choose, and there ain't no way we'll lose it. This is our fight. This is our song. We'll fight the powers that be. Just don't pick our destiny, 'cause you don't know us. You don't belong. Everybody, we're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. Hunger strike starts tomorrow. Until then, only 700 more courses to go. Let's do this. We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it. That's it. I hope it came through all right.
It did.
Yeah, it worked out.
Luckily,
Bravo.
you have excellent projection. So what grade are you in, Sylvie?
I am a sophomore.
Okay. What's that been
Nice.
like to do remote sophomoring?
Well, first of all, I'm very grateful that this happened in my sophomore year because, you know, the freshmen are still getting like accustomed to high school life. The juniors have all the ACT, SAT stuff, and seniors, that's their senior year. And like, you know, I feel like they are very upset, and that's totally understandable. But the sophomores, this is like kind of like the relaxed year before like the stress of junior year and like, confusion of freshman year.
Yes.
But for me personally, like I am someone who gets distracted quite easily. So working at home has been interesting because there's so many things like around me in like the environment that I'm in that I could like distract myself with, like my phone or like, I don't know, my dog. But like in school, it's just like a classroom setting. You have to do your work. That's like why you're there. But like it's been harder for me to stay focused while I'm supposed to be in school. Like I get a notification on my phone, I'm like, oh, okay. And I can't, you know, because of this whole fiasco, I can't go to like a library or work there. Like I like working in spaces where there's nothing else to do but work, because that's how my brain works, you know?
Yes, I totally get it. There's a lot of distractions around us, and it's hard not to, you know, in the middle of an assignment be like, but what if I just started watching Tiger King instead?
Exactly.
Then you binge the whole thing, and
Have you guys watched that? It's crazy.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Much more than doing work. No, I know, and I applaud all of you guys for getting through this. I'm really just so impressed with how everyone's been handling this, and like we keep saying with the teachers, Brian is a teacher as well, and what you guys are able to do is just. I've become a kindergarten teacher. My husband and I to our son, and that's not easy. So, I mean, really, just like teachers are just like, they deserve $1 billion raise.
100%.
Not sad about it. Not sad about it.
And the students, I just think, like, going back to if this had happened to me, I don't know how I would have handled it. And I'm just really, you guys are amazing. And this is going to be something that you do remember forever. So hopefully that there's something from this that you can take with you and learn from for the rest of your life when you're an adult.
Right. First of all, I'm very impressed with how fast the teachers like transition to online learning, because they have to put their whole like their schedule, they have to put it all online, and that to me is baffling how they did it that fast. And yeah, I guess this quarantine has really made me aware of like, because like I always joke about, haha, I never go outside, but you know, now that I really can't, it's made me realize,
all you want to do is go outside.
like, yeah, exactly. I want to go outside, and like I took the things that I was able to do in public for granted, like going into public, for example, like, going to restaurants and like hanging out with people. I kind of took that for granted, so it's gonna make me more grateful in life, I think.
Absolutely, yeah. When we can have those things back, we're going to very much appreciate them, including when we can have live performance back. In the meantime, we've got this, which is amazing. Thank you so much for being here, Sylvie, and for sharing your voice with us.
Thank you.
And if you are enjoying what you are seeing, we just put the ticker down there for a second. You can make a donation to Fairfield Center Stage. We are a not-profit theater company. And yes, Vanna, we've had our shows postponed and canceled, and we're all in the same boat here. So if you're enjoying Fairfield Center Couch, you can make a donation by texting FCS Dream to 41411. I also want to say that if you want to make donations to Fairfield Ludlowe High School Drama Club and Norwalk Drama Club, you absolutely can. I'll let Brian get into how he could do that later, but we're old school at Ludlowe, and you have to send a check.
Ooh.
Send a snail mail check to Fairfield Ludlowe High School Drama Club to Fairfield Ludlowe High School. But if you want to make a donation to the drama club, we will happily accept it. Right, Sylvie?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Sylvie. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I hope to see you soon.
Yes.
Bye,
Bye,
Sylvie.
Sylvie. Bravo.
Guys.
Okay, we have our last round of Rock of Ages cast members. I saved them for last because these are our seniors. Please welcome Jackson and Luke and Danny. Hi,
Hey, everybody.
how are you guys doing?
Hello.
Great,
Doing all right.
great.
All things considered.
Yes.
Pretty good.
How's your
Doing all right. How about you guys?
It's
We're
good. Yeah, I mean, I get to relax a lot, which is something I never did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Luke, you usually work at Trader Joe's, right?
Yeah. So I was working at it like up until about a week after the school shut down, and it was like really hyper stressful because everyone was freaking out, and grocery store workers were kind of like I don't mean to be like annoying, but grocery store workers are under so much stress. I mean, I'm not working right now because I had to take off for obvious reasons, but I mean, they are put under so much stress, and it was a lot. So even after working there 2-3 weeks before everything shut down, it was like I kind of need a month and a half to relax. So.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. I'm glad you're not working there right now for your own safety because you are a minor.
Yeah, I also have asthma, so that was like kind of a main part of it, and it's like yeah.
Yeah.
Best decision to make.
Jackson and Danny, were you working before this happened?
No, not during the school year.
No.
Just focusing on graduating. So tell us what it's like having
Pretty much.
your year happen remotely.
It stinks.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest. Well, like, I agree with Luke. Like, it's really relaxing and kind of nice. Like, I can sleep in and, like, do whatever. But at the same time, like, I miss everybody. And, like, all the things we've looked forward to for, like, the past 4 years, they're, like, not going to happen. So,
yeah. Yeah, it's definitely hard.
Yeah,
but
I think probably the hard. Yeah.
Go ahead, Jackson.
Oh, sorry. There's a big delay for me right now, so sorry about that.
All good.
Okay.
I'd probably say the hardest part right now is just everybody knows senioritis, but this is like senioritis version 2 because
yes, totally.
4th marking period at home.
I know, it's so much work.
Already
I
college.
know,
so
like you're not even
hours.
at school to like have motivation.
Yeah, I know.
No.
Oh boy.
It's like the only thing that's motivating
I
me.
probably do. Go ahead, Danny.
Oh, it's just because it counts for your attendance. So
Right.
if I
Yeah,
don't do my
literally.
work, then it's like I get marked absent. So that's the
I
one
probably
thing.
do 30
that's
to
like,
60 minutes of work a day.
Yeah.
On average, and that's it. Just because, I mean, even because the teachers know too. I mean, I'm looking at what my my sister, she's a sophomore, and like my general underclassmen, junior, younger friends, their teachers are like giving them like actual work.
insane
And
amounts
doing,
too.
like lots of work, and they're actually like teaching, and I'm like, I have no teachers doing any of that because it's super chill.
I have
Because I mean, they
some.
know.
Shout
I mean, my
out
teachers
to
like.
teachers who are
I
watching.
will say some teachers are being pretty normal about the amount of work they give
Yeah,
for a
some
class period.
teachers.
Yeah, I guess I got pretty lucky.
And
but
especially
for
like
the most part.
my AP classes, they're kind of like stressed out now because of the exams, but not that bad, honestly. Because
Yeah.
we've already learned a lot of the content. So
Yeah.
So our AP
Yeah, that is
exams
true.
still
Yeah,
happen.
definitely.
yeah, they're online.
Yeah, they're
and they're
online
like
now,
shortened.
which
I have like 2 questions for one of them. I'm like, okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
But,
Silver lining?
yeah, kind of.
My gosh. I mean, I just feel for you guys so much because I always like joked that I had the worst high school graduation because they decided to make over our football stadium, which is where graduations happen in my high school, the year that I graduated. So they tore up all the fields, and we graduated in dirt. And so we always joked, my high school class, like, we had the worst graduation ever, but we didn't, because you guys do.
Yeah.
You guys,
Yeah.
Whatever that's
We're
gonna
not
look
even
like,
gonna have
right?
one. Yeah.
So, and Danny, you were actually the recipient of a special arts award for seniors. Can you tell us a little bit about the little makeshift ceremony that you had?
Oh, it was so funny. So basically, my parents and I like FaceTimed we Zoomed with Mr. Hatzis and the other girl, Amelia, who's in charge of costumes for the show, actually. She's the other recipient of the award. So they give it out every year to 2 people in the senior class. And so, I don't know, it was super funny. He gave us like virtual certificates and stuff. It was really weird because we were supposed to like go out to dinner with like everyone in the state who gets the award. But
I know it was going to be like a huge
couldn't happen.
banquet celebration.
Yeah. So it was on my couch.
What a couch celebration. It's so cool to be honored.
Yeah, it was still nice. He like made the time in his day to do that. So.
Now, Danny is our assistant director. My assistant director for the drama club, and she is amazing. And I
thank you.
think she's going to be president someday. I don't even know if she wants the job. She is incredible and just like so organized, and I could not do any of this without her. And then Jackson and Luke play Lonnie and Dennis in Rock of Ages.
Nice.
Again, to the people who just tuned in, Rock of Ages is an 80s show, which is why I look cray. I also have blue eyeshadow on it. People can see that. Just to keep it real. So Jackson plays Dennis, who is the owner of the Bourbon Room, which is where Rock of Ages takes place in the Sunset Strip in Los Angeles in the 80s. And Luke plays Lonnie, who's kind of like his Guy Friday / best friend / maybe they're in love with each other. We don't know.
They are. They definitely are.
They have one of the best moments in the show, which is REO Speedwagon's I Can't Fight This Feeling.
Nice.
And when they confess their love for each other, right?
No spoilers.
It's just
Absolutely.
honestly, like, it comes like in the middle of Act 2. It's just like the placement of the song in the show is perfect. And Luke and Jackson are just like so tailor-made for these roles. In fact, so much so that some people were asking me like, well, if we can't do Rock of Ages, like, would you just put it in the drama club next year? And I said, no, because we won't have Jackson and Luke. It doesn't make sense to do it without them. They'll have been graduated. So yes, Luke?
The roles seemed too perfect for me and Jackson.
Really, yeah.
We've always been, every show, we've always been like opposing each other or not related to each other part-wise. But this is the one show where we're actually together, and it just fell through the cracks.
Yeah. Our first show back in 8th grade was Beauty and the Beast, and Jackson was the Beast, and I was Gaston. So it was nice. Way back.
Nice.
Then. So and ever since we've been in a lot of shows together. I don't have them memorized. Like I don't remember how many, but it was nice to like end it with this cool show. I mean, unfortunately it was postponed, but what can you do?
Well, at least we have this footage that you guys, much like Bella and Kyle, they sent me their footage and we spliced it together. The song is too long to have uploaded it into this particular software, so you're seeing most of it. You're seeing like 75% of the song, and we'll save the first 25% for if the show actually happens. Then we'll have something to look forward to. But
there you go. This is a trailer.
A little bit of I Can't Fight This Feeling.
Awesome.
Tell myself that I can't hold out forever. I say there is no reason for my fear. You do. 'Cause I feel so secure when we're together. You keep my life direction. Under a candle in the window on a cold, dark winter's night. And I'm getting closer than I ever thought I might. And I can't fight this feeling anymore. I've forgotten what I started fighting for. Time to bring this ship into the shore. 'Cause I can't fight this feeling anymore. I've forgotten what I started fighting for. Come crashing through your door, Bonnie. I can't fight this feeling anymore. Come crashing through your door, Lonnie. I can't fight this feeling anymore.
Aw.
Aww. Wait, Jackson. You have to unmute yourself. There we go. So I can't fight this feeling. There was a little bit of that brilliant number that I love so much.
Yeah, it was fun. Even, I mean, we didn't even block any of it, but even when we practiced singing it, like the few times we did and during the callbacks, it was so fun. Like even like coming up with it like on the spot, it's a very fun thing to do.
The dance at callbacks was probably the best part of the audition
Oh, yeah.
process.
You guys made up
We just went out into the hall, practiced for
Yeah.
like 10 minutes, whipped it up. It was great.
We paired up all the Lonnies and Dennises, and I was like, just come up with your own dance break. And they did, and it was
Oh,
basically opening night ready.
And everybody knew it was them when that happened. We were all like, oh yeah, Jackson.
See what opening.
Yeah.
That was so great. So again, I hope that we're all able to do this for realsies in person soon, once it's safe to do so. But again, in the meantime, I'm happy that we're able to do this and that people are able to enjoy a little bit of your performances, which are so great. And Danny, all of your work behind the scenes, because again, none of this would be possible.
True.
Thank you.
Danny's the goat of drama club. 100%. 100%.
So thank you guys so much for being here tonight on Fairfield Center Couch. You guys want to do a shout out to anybody before you go?
Thank you.
Oh, shout out to all the people watching. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Who knew?
You guys are the best.
Crazy. So.
Jackson, anybody? It's like a delay. Like we're on.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of like news anchor.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. It's so great to see you guys again. I hope that we get to see you soon, and a happy New Year. I hope you get some semblance of a graduation and ceremony in there. But know that we're all so proud of you, and you guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having us, Christy. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye.
Absolutely.
Bye.
I'll let go of you one by one. Bye, Jackson. And bye, Danny. I hate saying goodbye to her. I'm going to bring Brian back on.
Oh, hello.
Brian, introduce his guests.
So exciting. I am really, well, none of us expected tonight to be like it is. But we're here and we're going to celebrate anyways because we've had 2 incredible groups of students working so hard to put their shows on. And I mean, it's 6:54 right now. We would be all up in the choir room, like hands together in a circle, doing all the kooky traditions that happen right before the show. You know, I'd be sitting there welling up, looking at my little costume babies getting ready to go on and take the stage.
Would you have any like ceremonies for the seniors?
There are a whole lot of traditions at Norwalk High. I'm still learning about them. Last year I had to have the seniors give me a crash course. Traditions, because every school has their own.
Yes, and I
do,
do.
Right?
I don't know any of ours.
Right.
Really.
Yeah, it takes a little while to get it down, but we've got some fun things in store. We're having kind of a virtual opening night right now. So we've got some fun things in store between now and Saturday of next week when we will be closing. But without further ado, we're going to bring in all of our wonderful friends from Norwalk High, and here they come. We've got Kevin.
Yeah.
And we got Elise. Yeah. And we got Kim. And we got Christy. Whenever this happens, I have to fight the urge to sing the Brady Bunch song. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to do it in my head right now. Hi, everybody. How are we doing?
Doing all right.
Hi.
So glad you could all be here and spend a little time tonight and just celebrate the show and the work you've all been putting in, because man, there was some really incredible stuff happening all along. We've got representatives from the cast here, we've got representatives from the crew and from the pit, and every department was just firing on all cylinders right up until things kind of abruptly stopped. But we're going to celebrate all of you tonight. So talk to me. How's it been? How have you all been keeping busy so far? You're kind of home now. So what are you doing? Oh, Miss Burkhalter's here. Hi, Miss Burkhalter. What are you doing busy? Kevin, what have you been up to?
Well, for the most part, I've been listening to new music wherever I can. Just kind of helps me relax.
Yeah. Have you discovered anybody new that's kind of a fun new artist for you?
As for anyone new, no, not really. I've kind of been like taking artists that I only really know like 1 or 2 songs from and just listening to the rest of their albums.
Okay. All right. So expanding your musical knowledge a little bit. Music teachers are always in favor of that. That's great. What else have we been binging any shows? There's so much time for that right now, right?
Well, I went back and I watched a show from my childhood. I watched Phineas and Ferb for like a week straight.
Oh, we got a couple of Phineas and Ferb fans in here. Nice. That one's slightly beyond my time because I'm only slightly older than all of you.
Only slightly.
Thank you. Oh, you get an A. Great. All right. What about the rest of you? What have you been watching? What have we been doing? How are we keeping the energy alive?
Well, should I just go?
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
No raised hands.
Definitely been listening to a lot more music. So actually listening to older music. So kind of diving into what my parents listen to. So that's been fun because it's like kind of a cool connection thing to hear what they used to listen to and then see how it pertains to my life. So that's been kind of fun. I picked up ukulele actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What songs have you been playing on there?
I learned La Vie en Rose. I think a couple weeks ago. I had a assignment actually in English and in French. Yeah, it's been fun.
What a song to pick so early on in your uke career. That's amazing.
Yeah, but if we're gonna have time, so why not? Might as well do it,
Yeah, absolutely. So what we're gonna do is kind of back everybody out, and we're gonna visit with each of you for a little while. And I'm gonna start with a chat with my friend Kim, who is like my right hand. And I know her, hopefully my left hand, hopefully she's watching. Lexi, if you're there, we're waving at you. And then we'll bring you back in for some performances. So we will see Emily and Kevin and Elise in a little bit. There we go. All right, you're in the hot seat, my friend. So Kim is one of my stage managers. We've got 2 incredible stage managers. We have this.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and they keep everybody in shape. They don't mess with. do not mess with Kim and with Lexi, because they will tell you what's what, and they will tell you where to go. And that's why they're doing the incredible work they're doing. So Kim, you were on the crew last year. Did you do crew before that?
No, I played softball in the spring, so I didn't get into tech until last year.
So last year was and look what you're already doing. Taking charge. Everything else, throwing some love to Kim. There's Danny. Hello. Yeah, so you joined us last year on Shrek. And it became pretty obvious pretty quick that you had the type of personality and the type of motivation and work ethic that I really wanted to have on the stage management team. And so you did get to do one show this year, right?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your experience with 10 Ways. We did a production of 10 Ways to Survive the Zombie Apocalypse in the fall.
Little did you know.
Wait, fun fact, the guy that wrote that play actually recently wrote another one that is like related to this situation now, and is meant to be performed virtually. He wrote that real quick.
Make that money.
So Kim, tell us about what that experience was like for you, your first time in the stage management seat.
I thought it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed watching everything to come together, like being able to see everything from nothing to the props and the sets and everything being mapped out. It was a really fun experience, and I'm sad that I have to miss out on that now.
Yeah, it's tough, I know. And you're a senior, right? So this is, exactly. So I know you're sad about missing out. I am literally devastated.
We're both losing our right hands this year.
It's tough. It's tough. But I know you've been working with some underclassmen, right? To kind of start to get them into shape, because it's a constant cycle. So we're always trying to find people that can take over. So we're looking forward to seeing the results of that tutelage. Would be great. So you're going to school. You're going away next year, right? You're flying to Crook. Where are you going?
I have officially committed to Ball State in Muncie, Indiana.
Wow, heading to the Midwest. All right, and what are you going to be doing there?
I'm looking to study psychology.
Ooh.
Great. All right. And is that something you've always been kind of thinking about pursuing, or?
I mean, I went through all of those super obvious. I want to be a vet when I grow up. I want to be a doctor. But I've settled on probably a therapist, because my friends have always told me that I give really good advice and I like helping people. So, and I don't do blood. So doctor is not it.
Therapist and stage manager actually makes a lot of sense.
Makes complete sense. Yeah, that's you definitely got the temperament for it. So that's pretty exciting. So you in 10 Ways, you and Lexi were working together on that, and I recall there were, I think, 3 or 4 new tech people, right, that hadn't done tech before, and a couple of them were seniors that had jumped in for the first time, right? And it was just so, and it was just the 2 of them that were the seniors, I think, on that show. That sounds about right. Yeah. And it was so cool to see you kind of not only manage people that are, younger than you, freshmen and whatnot, but also to be able to manage and work with your peers in a respectful manner. I know they seem to really have a great experience, and I'm bummed that I don't get to work with them on this show too, but that definitely well suits you. So I'm super proud of you. I am so grateful for all of the work that you've been putting in. And listen, when you get to Ball State, I don't know too much about their theater program over there, but I'd like to think that they've got one, or there'll be something in the community. Just get out there and keep doing it. You can do psychology, and you can still go and be a stage manager and kick butt doing that.
I will definitely be looking into it, because I've really enjoyed this experience.
Good. Let me tell you, once you find a good one, you gotta keep them going.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. All right. Well, Kim, listen, hang out in the studio for a minute, because I'm going to bring you guys back towards the end for a last little goodbye. Oh, there's Allie. Allie loves Kim. Hey, Allie. All right, Kim, we'll talk to you in a bit.
Kim.
Thank you.
All right. So I'm going to bring it over to my friend Kevin, because, you know, in theater, we say that we have a curtain at a certain time.
Yeah.
And really we mean 5 to 7 minutes later than that. And so I was hoping that I'd be able to talk to you around this time, because it's 7:05 right now, and Mr. Roberts, our amazing principal, would be doing his like favorite duty ever, which is giving the curtain speech back in the sound booth right about now. And the very first thing that we would hear would be Willy Wonka himself singing. And I have to reveal this because he was going to be, Christy, in a Wonkavator, like an actual working flying Wonkavator, flying down from the ceiling, singing this song. So we're all going to pretend right now that he is in an actual Wonkavator, and he's just
pretend I'm up there.
Yeah, Kevin, can you be like?
All right, so let's transport ourselves to the stage at Norwalk High right now for our dear friend Kevin to sing a little Pure Imagination for us.
Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in a world of my creation. What we'll see will defy explanation. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to, do it. Want to change the world? There's nothing to it. There is no place I know to compare with pure imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be. Thank you.
Unmute yourself, Brian.
Again. You know what? I'm not even gonna repeat all that because you saw this part. That was
it's good enough.
Your pure imagination.
Yes. As you all do with me in these things. But yeah, Kevin, that was incredible. I love hearing you sing that song, and I'm so glad that you were able to come and do that. So, tell us a little bit about your Norwalk High theater experience. What grade are you in right now? You're a junior, right?
Yep, I'm a junior, and I didn't actually start doing theater until last year. It was my first show when we did Shrek. I didn't do it freshman year. I focused on doing track instead. But a couple of my friends convinced me, told me it was a good idea to join up, and I can't say I ever made a smarter decision because it's been so much fun.
Well, I'm very thankful to those friends that convinced you to do it. And last year, you and Sam, I wrote one of my favorite moments in that whole show. So Kevin and Sam, they were the captain of the guard and the executioner, respectively. And you guys, I gave you some light choreo for that number in Act 2, and you just came up with all sorts of things to kind of bring it to life. And every night you had me on the floor, rolling with laughter over the goofy things you were doing. So where does that come from? Did you plan that ahead of time? Do you just kind of think of it on the spot? Where does that come from?
With things like that, we kind of were just blocking the scene and figuring out the dance number for it. I think I originally missed when we first learned all the dance moves for that. So eventually I showed up and they taught me all of that. And while Sam and me were working on it, we would just do different stupid things that we found funny or had fun doing during this one section. And it really just kind of was improv. But the more that we did it, we would be like, that was actually really funny. We should try doing that. And I think there was one point where we just did it without really asking you before when we were rehearsing the number. And you're kind of just like, yeah, all right, we'll keep that. And we just went from there.
Yeah, usually my reaction when y'all, listen, I'm always about you trying things. It's usually one of these, or there's some kind of like, especially if you're doing it during tech, it's usually a cackle in the dark. And that's usually, and they always say afterwards, oh yeah, we heard you laugh. So we figured that was probably because I am stone cold. No, I'm kidding. Awesome. So you're doing distance learning now. How's that going for you?
It's been an interesting experience.
Okay.
It's definitely difficult to remain focused the whole time, just because there's something about waking up while you're still in bed and having the ability to stay in bed while you're doing work that makes it really hard to get up in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I think I want to give another shout out to all the teachers, because with Norwalk High, we had one day off before our last day at school. And during that one day, teachers spent the whole day getting ready all of their work for everyone for like the next several weeks. And it is remarkable that they were able to put that all together in time. And I just want to shout out them again to you, Mr. Crook, also.
It certainly was a challenge, but you know, we do it because we want you guys to be able to still get what you need, right? And still have that experience and try and make it as fluid and normal as possible in these times where, you know, nothing really is all that normal, right? So how have you found this experience with Willy Wonka? I mean, when we stopped, we hadn't gotten to Act 2 yet. We were like 2 rehearsals from finishing Act 1, and in Act 1, you pop up to like narrate and stuff. So we had just really started to dig in to Willy Wonka. So what was the experience like for you trying to figure him out?
Well, it was unfortunate because I feel like Wonka's a very energetic and outlandish character. So it kind of takes a lot of energy and a lot of pizzazz, I guess, in order to actually pull it off well. And I felt like I didn't really get enough time. I was just starting to get comfortable with it, really. I was just trying to figure out how I wanted to do things, because Wonka balances this act between being this whimsical, magical man and kind of a psychopath. It's a little bit. It's kind of creepy at times. So it was definitely fun to try and figure out, and it's very sad I didn't get the chance to see it the whole way through. But I'm glad I got this chance to sing here tonight.
And you've got another year. We've got a senior year coming up, so we're gonna do everything we can to get people on that stage and performing and living their best life up there. And I am so glad that again, big thank you to the friends of yours that got you involved, because you've been an absolute joy to work with. You know, so I'm excited for you for the next year, and we'll see what we can put on the stage. Kevin, thank you so much for coming down. This is an awesome thing for you to do tonight. I hope our castmates are watching and enjoying themselves right now. I'm going to swap out, and we're going to bring in our dear friend Emily, who's going to sing a little bit for us. Kevin, we'll see you soon. Stick around, okay? All right, and here comes Emily. There she is. Oh, I got to call it out right away. I see our show posters in the background there. There they are.
Thank you, Mom.
Wait, so let's see. You've got, because you're a senior, so you've been in all.
I'm just missing Little Mermaid. That's the only one I'm missing.
Okay. But you were in Little Mermaid, right?
I was, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you've done basically everything that you could possibly do theater-wise at Norwalk High.
I try, you know.
It's like you like theater or something. I don't know.
Oh my God, yeah, right? Like,
So tell me what it's been like. I know you're a senior. I know your senior year is not exactly going how you planned. What's it been like? How have you been coping?
it's been hard because, you know, theater is like what I look forward to towards the end of the year. It's just like, yes, like this is my moment. Like I chug along through the school year. But I don't know, something about like Willy Wonka, like just like I was just so sad because I was just starting to get into my character. Like we just finished, I think, my first scene in Act One. So it was extremely disappointing. But I've been coping with it kind of well, I hope. I mean, I've been distracting myself with like watching things on YouTube and like creating, like I've been doing lots of like videos on YouTube as well. And kind of just finding different things and trying new things.
That's great. To keep that creative mind going. Now, have you made any decisions about next year?
I'm in between two schools right now.
Okay. All right. What are you planning on studying?
So I'm planning on well, I went in for, I did the audition process, MT and acting, and it's been really hard, especially with coronavirus. I had 3 auditions canceled because I had 3 in March, and I had to send it through online, and it kind of sucked because like they didn't get to see like my personality and like what I could really do. I feel like I was kind of like at a disadvantage because of coronavirus and the quarantine and everything. But yeah.
Okay, but you got it down to 2, so you're thinking about making some decisions soon. So that's great.
Yes.
Awesome. So let's see. So you've had quite the slate of roles over the last couple of years. You got a pretty impressive resume, and I think we would love to know a little bit more about those. So we know this year you were playing who?
I was playing Veruca Salt.
Veruca Salt. Okay, yes. And just embodying that role to the fullest. And last year, it was another kind of like sassy type character in Shrek. And who were you last year?
I was the dragon.
The dragon last year, the mighty roar. Oh, it was incredible.
Yeah, we had 2 dragons tonight.
Oh yeah!
Oh my God, yeah.
That's right. And let's see. And then Adam's Family.
I played Morticia Adams.
Okay, Morticia. Great. So you've got a pretty cool resume there so far. And no matter what, that's something that you're going to be able to keep doing and keep going with. Yeah. So that's really, really great. So now tonight you're going to sing for us, but we're not singing from this show, correct? What are you singing?
I'm singing A Change in Me from Beauty and the Beast.
Okay, a little Beauty and the Beast. I love it. All right, well, I'm gonna back us out, and you're gonna take it away.
Okay.
All right, go for it.
There's been a change in me, a kind of moving on. Though what I used to be, I still depend upon. For now I realize that good can come from bad. That may not make me wise, but oh, it makes me glad. And I never thought I'd leave behind my childhood dreams, but I don't mind. For now I love the world
see. No change of heart, a change in me. For in my dark despair, I slowly understood my perfect world out there had disappeared for good. But in this place I feel a truer life begin, and it's so good and real. It's come from within, and I never thought I'd leave behind my childhood dreams, but I don't mind. I'm where and who I want to be. No change of heart, a change in me. No change of heart, a change in me.
Wow, incredible. All the applause. Beautiful job. That's absolutely incredible. Now, how long have you been singing that one?
It was actually an old song in my rep book, and I haven't touched it in a while. I was like, oh wait, I love this song, so I just decided to sing it.
Great choice. Love that. So you're like an old pro at this kind of thing now, because just a week ago, you were also singing live, but it was for someone that was not myself or Christy. You want to tell us a little about your work with Kelly last week?
Yes, I sang. I was so honored. I was not expecting this at all. I sang with Miss Kelly O'Hara, Tony Award-winning icon.
That's incredible. What was that like?
Honestly, I'm like just talking about it makes me like just this. She's absolutely so sweet and so amazing. Like it was great talking with her. Just seeing her like virtually was just so cool.
She's a goddess.
She's so good. She's so good. That's such an incredible, and I'm so glad that you got to be one of the students to represent Norwalk High with that. That was really incredible. So you're there at home. I was just, because you, sir, you, ma'am, were not in the studio when I told you to be. I was just on the phone. I was just on the phone with your dad, who I often have phone calls with your dad because he is heads up our set building department, and that was a department that was just doing such incredible work. We were weeks ahead of where we needed to be. And so we have this, the makings of a great set there on the stage, but the whole family gets involved, right? Usually the whole family comes down and is helping out and is building and bringing stuff along. And I think that's so neat that you guys experience this together, right? You've got your two younger brothers, and Victor's very active in the theater too, which is awesome.
He does everything, I swear. Like, I was so shocked. I was actually we were in a musical rehearsal and we were singing one of the songs. I believe it was I Eat More, and he belted out this last note. I was just not expecting it, and it was fierce. I was so shocked.
That's amazing. So we'll have just we get to continue the family tradition for a little while longer. And so I hope you get to come back and visit and come see Victor and all the shows, because I'm sure he's going to stay involved. Emily, it was such a pleasure to have you on,
Congratulations,
to
Emily.
hear you sing. Such a good job. Stick around for a little bit because after Elise, we're going to just come back for one last little bye-bye, okay? All
Thank
right,
you so
Emily.
much, guys.
Thank you. All right, last but not least, representing our pit orchestra,
Yes.
it's the fantastic Elise.
Yeah.
How you doing, Elise?
I'm good. I'm good.
I love the color of that room. I love that
I
whole
do
wall
too.
up there.
That's all my mom's doing. That's her.
I'm sure it is, and we'll get to her.
Earth Sienna.
So, Elise, you have been in the pit all 4 years, right? Were you all the way through?
Yes, all 4 years. Yeah.
Great. So, I know it's a bummer, right, to have this last show to be canceled like this. But tell us something fond you remember about being in the pit, because you've got such a great team in there. And let me just point out real quick, the pit, they were basically already ready to go.
Yeah, we went through the pit a couple of times.
You guys were the first department that was done.
Yeah. So no, that was pretty cool. But as far as something I'm fond of, I think that just the whole experience is, for me, I tend to be more of a quiet person, so the pit is like a really cool way to still be involved, even if maybe stage isn't your thing. But there's something really beautiful about when you start to play the music and you get to piece it together with everything. But I think I just enjoy just being around. Basically, it's really cool to get to sit with my friends like all day playing music. I think there's nothing better I could possibly do. Like, it's the music department's like my other family, so just everything about it is great.
Absolutely. Yeah, and you guys were sounding fantastic. Mr. Rivera, I don't know if he's watching, but he was doing an incredible job. We had already started combining forces, singers and pit. And another shout out to Mr. O'Leary, who I know is watching, our vocal director, and Ms. Burkhalter, who I know is watching too. It's such a great team that comes together to put this on, and have them be so dedicated and you guys be so hardcore dedicated to this thing. I walk by the pit rehearsals, or like we'll be on stage blocking the scene, and then you'll just happen to start playing that exact scene, and it's like I just kind of stop and go,
Yeah.
You guys are so great. So you're gonna play a little something from the show for us.
Yes.
One of the beautiful ballads from Act 1. Yeah. All right, and you're gonna play which song is it?
Good Luck Charlie, or not Good Luck Charlie. What am I saying? Oh my gosh, Cheer Up Charlie. I'm so sorry. This is a TV show. We don't talk about that.
Is that a TV show?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he did end up having some good luck, so it worked out.
Yeah.
All right, take it away.
Okay.
Cheer up, Charlie.
Cheer Up Charlie.
That might even be happening right around now. It's almost 7:30. Maybe we might be up to that song. Beautiful job, Elise. You're another one that it's a whole family affair being a part of the theater program at Norwalk High, and we are so incredibly grateful for everything that your family does. And your dad usually works on the advertising and the program and the posters and all the graphic design, and those come out incredible every single time. And your mom is, I mean, you already see the design she did just in that one little corner of your house that we can see. I mean, take that and extrapolate it onto a whole set, and man, she works some magic. And you and your sister usually come, and you're there later than anybody.
But I love it, honestly. Between like all of us, it's like our favorite like part of the year, honestly. Like it's as much as you enjoy having us, we love being there. So yeah.
Are you doing any like family creative projects right now at home?
Right now, no, but depending on how bored my mom's gets, for all we know, we could be flipping the house upside down. So we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Exactly. So what's senior year online been like for you these last couple of weeks?
It's been interesting. I think it's, you know, obviously there's tons of aspects that are a little tough. You know, it's different. It's definitely adjusting being home. But I think that I actually enjoy seeing, I think, the creative side of some of my teachers, because they've had to get really creative with assignments. Because, you know, it's like, how are you going to, you know, have PE, or how do you have orchestra? And I think that it's actually been, honestly, I've enjoyed seeing, you know, them really get to like teach from a different aspect or different perspective. So I've been just trying to make light of it. And honestly, that part I've definitely enjoyed.
Great. Well, listen, it was great to have you on to talk about your experience a little bit. I want to thank you for being such an integral part of the program for the last 4 years. We're going to miss you terribly moving forward. But before we all sign off for that, let me bring the crowd back in here. Coming around, everybody. So get ready. Do we have any kittens joining us yet? Did the cat run away, Kim?
No, Shax is running around the house because he's crazy.
All right. We have
pet-free broadcast.
I know. Yeah, and that's where. Oh no, under the piano. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow, this is probably the first time we haven't had a single furry friend on. All right, so you guys, it has been so. Thanks, Eli. It has been so great being able to celebrate you guys tonight and celebrate our friends at Fairfield Ludlowe. This has been a very different experience that we all expected to have, but I'm glad that we're here together. Anybody, if I'm going to go around and give you a second, if you want to give anybody a shout out real quick. Elise, what about you? Got any shout outs?
Just thank you to my family, the music department, everyone. I think that everyone has contributed so much to the great experiences that I have had. And I just hope that, you know, things just continue to get better from here.
Awesome. Kim, what about you?
I'd have to give a shout out to both of my parents because they've
Are they standing right there?
super supportive. Yeah, they're in the living room, which is
okay.
right next to me. Yeah, for being so supportive and allowing me to start doing this instead of soft and just letting me be who I want to be.
Awesome. What about you, Emily?
I want to give a shout out to all my friends and family who've been so supportive. My mom, my dad, Victor and Thomas, and obviously my buddy.
Kevin?
Well, I'd probably like to shout out my family for putting up with me this past month and a half. You know, I'm not always the cheeriest on some days. I appreciate them being as supportive as they can be. And I want to shout out all of our amazing seniors. It's really sad to see you all go, but thank you all for everything. It's been a joy.
Yeah, all you seniors. Oh, I'm so sad. I'm gonna miss you all. I miss all of you guys. I really do. I miss being in the classroom with everybody. I miss being on the stage with all of you. But I'm glad we got to do this tonight. Thank you all so much for coming in. Have a fantastic night and do your work. All right, bye everybody.
Congrats, guys.
Bye.
Oh,
Trackpad is not being cooperative. There we go.
seniors, it makes
I
me
miss
so
my
sad.
kid.
I just think about my senior high school show, which
Yeah.
was The Wiz, and I was Dorothy.
Oh, that was my junior show. Wait, hold on.
Appropriate.
Okay.
It was a different time. But I mean, like, it's so vivid to me, and that was years ago. But having that moment as a senior, having done all of my school shows, and I remember just like getting down at my curtain call and like literally kissing the stage, and to have that moment taken away from you, it makes me so sad for these kids.
Absolutely. Yes, my senior show, Into the Woods.
Oh, great senior show.
I got to be the baker that year. I was so pumped. Oh my goodness. And I just remember the sheer magnitude of that show
Yeah.
Holy moly, the amount of time we spent just on the opening number, trying not to mess it up.
Oh yeah.
And just to think about, putting in all that work and then, having it go the way it did this year. But we will persevere. We will get back to it. And there's a message that I sent to the kids today just to remind them that, a theater itself is a building, but the theater, the spirit of it, the family, the joy, that's all in your heart.
That's what we keep saying with Fairfield Center Stage. That's our whole motto: is a theater is not a place, but it's people.
Mm-hmm.
And then these kids will always be a family. So, we're so happy to.
Wait, hold on, Steven. Where is Charles? I would like to know, because sometimes he watches, so he might be in here. Charles, if you're here, make yourself known. The kids will want to say hello.
You're up, Charlie.
Oh boy. Well, this is a lot of fun though. Kind of strolling down memory lane a little bit. Celebrate the kids.
Christy has had a great time. Again, for those of you tuning in, I don't always wear the blue eyeshadow and a side pony and glitter.
Usually just one of those three.
Certainly not in quarantine. Thank you. I was repping Fairfield Ludlowe's Rock of Ages, which was to have its opening night in addition to Willy Wonka at Norwalk High School tonight. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight and for supporting these amazing kids who are just having a very interesting school year.
Sure are.
But we have a really fun special edition of Fairfield Center Couch happening tomorrow night. We don't usually do Saturday nights, but we're doing Saturday night tomorrow at 10 p.m., a special late night show, which will be hosted by our own Brian Bish. And that will be a little cabaret reunion for anyone who saw our fall production of Cabaret at Trevi Lounge. 3 of its stars will be on tomorrow night. That's Ariel Bouton, live from New Orleans, and Matt Casey and Sean Davis, who split the role of the MC. And in addition to singing tomorrow night, they'll also be playing live Jackbox games with Brian. And the really fun part is that the audience can play along. So make sure that you tune in tomorrow. Brian and I have been playing these games in quarantine, and they're so much fun. So come play with us tomorrow night at 10. All of those emojis will happen. Brian, anything you want to say before we sign off?
I'm just glad that we got to do this.
Yeah.
I'm glad, and to all the other students out there whose shows are postponed or canceled, just remember that it's the people, it's the love, and you'll get back on the stage when the time is right. You'll get there.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Theater's not going anywhere.
That's right. And
We'll come back bigger and better than ever.
That's right.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Christy.
Eli, who was running tech behind the scenes. It was the first time. Yay.
First night on the job. Hey.
And thank you for tuning in, and have a wonderful weekend.
And don't forget, wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Bye.
Bye.